ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। Hare Krishna. Very happy to see all of you. Some of you I'm seeing after a long time. So I hope wherever our travels took and your travels took, we are very happy that we came back together. This is a good sign for sure. So, not easy coming on a Friday evening. So, we are especially grateful to all of you for coming early, and some of you came early enough to help us. So, extra points for you. Thank you very much for coming. So today we plan to start, or we plan to discuss and speak a little bit about Lord Jagannath. We will see how much we are able to cover. How many of you have been to Jagannath Puri? Okay, now close your eyes. Join your hands together like this, and we'll offer a prayer to Lord Jagannath. O Jagannath ji, O Baladev, O Subhadra, O Sudarshan ji. We have never been to Jagannath Puri in person, but if you so desire, please kindly allow us to enter Jagannath Puri Dham for the next 2 hours or so. Please allow us to experience the vibrations of the spiritual world, so we could develop some taste towards it and are able to give up the taste in material world. Hare Krishna. I told this past story of ours many times. I'm sure you all heard. We went to Jagannath Puri for the first time in 2017, I think. We were meditating on going to Jagannath Puri, and we have heard so many wonderful things from other devotees in ISKCON, that Jagannath Puri is going to be the best place and amazing, and so many pastime places, and the prasadam is amazing, the ocean is amazing, and so many things. And we were all excited. We booked tickets and we were scheduled to go in about another month. And we happened to go meet our relatives who are not strictly devotees. So when we mentioned that we are going to Jagannath Puri, the first reaction shocked us. The first thing they told about Jagannath Puri shocked us. And I still remember to this date. Anytime I think of Jagannath Puri, I remember this story. And the essence of this story. Which is, they said, oh, you're going to Jagannath Puri? Wow. When it rains, there are a lot of puddles and there are pigs, and it's extremely discomforting and dangerous place to go during this time. So I never thought of Jagannath Puri from that direction. All I heard from devotees is it's a wonderful place, mysterious, amazing, spiritually recharging and inspiring. So I thought, wow, this is a very stark picture that I had and the picture that is depicted by my relatives. So anyway, so I was shocked. I didn't say anything. We went to Jagannath Puri. Surprisingly, who do you think was right? Devotees or non-devotees? Devotees? Both? So it is true, on a material plane, it was discomforting. I grew up in Rajamandri, which is a very humid place throughout the year, except maybe few days in winter. For me, I felt it was more humid than Rajamandri. And they were right that there were a lot of mosquitoes, roads were not proper, there were dogs everywhere. But I remember the 7 days I stayed in Jagannath Puri were one of the most inspiring days I have spent in my Krishna consciousness. We woke up for Mangalarti every day. We heard Krishna Katha almost 5-6 hours every day. So I entered as one person. I came out as a different person. So when I reflect back, this is true of all the places, all the dhams that we get an opportunity to go to. Some of you have recently been to Vrindavan. Some of you, your spouses are going to Vrindavan. All the dhams have this very distinct quality. And Shastras actually give the explanation why. It is mentioned there is a wheel, a transparent wheel, like this, that covers dham. People who go to any place, specifically dham, with a tendency to enjoy. If you go to Jagannath Puri, you'll find plenty of that near the ocean. So they have so many sports and so many activities near the ocean. More than the Jagannath temple sometimes. So if we go with an intention to enjoy, to have more fun, then we may be disappointed, because this wheel covers, and we will feel somewhat discomforted, and we come back somewhat disappointed. And that has been my experience before joining ISKCON. Any spiritual place, I was like, Tirupati, oh God, big lines. You stay there for 4-5 hours, and then you walk, no water. Now facilities have improved, but you walk and stand, and somehow you go and you get darshan for 20 seconds if you are lucky. And they keep saying, Jargandi, Jargandi. Then you see Balaji is somewhere in the corner, dimly lit. You don't know where the deity is, where the hands are, and then the people are saying, Jargandi, Jargandi, and then they push you off. And then, so if we have this materialistic mentality, we will feel disappointed. We'll feel like, 5 hours? What is the point of coming here? So, I learned a secret when I went to Jagannath Puri. I was told that we are not supposed to see dham through our eyes. These material eyes we have, they have many limitations. One of which is it cannot perceive love very well. So we must see dham through our ears. So that's what we will try doing. So any place, even in future, if you go to any dhams, please plan in such a way that you are going there to hear. Take someone who can explain the spiritual significance of each of these places. Otherwise, you'll go, you'll see some murti, some deity, you will offer, maybe give some dakshin, break coconut, get prasad, and push off. So, neither is it edifying and spiritually inspiring. Of course, just going even like that, because we have taken the physical effort, God is so merciful that He's alright, no problem. But when you see the Dham through ears, you will get more benefit. The significance of each of these places and why a deity exists, what is the pastime behind it, and so on and so forth. We'll try covering some of those today. But first, I was pressing the move forward button, it doesn't move. I'll tell you a connection to it a little later. So first, some mysteries of Jagannath Puri temple. Kids, who wants to hear some mysterious stories of Jagannath? Only two of you are there, so we are all kids. Say Haribo! The first one is Jagannath temple has a world's largest kitchen. And the fire there in Jagannath Puri is never put off. It has been going on for centuries now. And you see this picture? Usually when we put, of course, everything there is no gas stove, no electric stoves like that. Everything is cooked with the wood. And they have, the entire kitchen is like that. We got an opportunity to take a tour of the kitchen. If you know some pandas there, they'll take you around, show you. They don't allow you to enter inside, but you get to see. So there you see, they have pots stacked like this. And apparently, usually, which pot do you think will get cooked first? Bottom one, because it's getting the most heat. But surprisingly, it is mentioned the top pot gets cooked first. So very mysterious. And every day in Jagannath Puri, they offer Chappan Bhog 56 times. They cook, they offer 56 times, not 56 times 56. But this was one of the boons that was given to the kings of Jagannath Puri. When they asked, what boon do you want? Them being pure devotees, they said, oh Jagannath, we want a boon such that in Jagannath Puri, we offer you bhoga, and the bhoga is taken, they give you water to wash hands, and before the hands are dried, we must be able to offer one more bhoga. And throughout the day, they continuously just keep cooking and in Jagannath Puri, they have a special system. In our homes or in any other temples around the world, they cook in one pot, they take in a small pot and offer it as bhoga. But Jagannath Puri is the only place where they take the entire bhoga that they cooked. You will see if you go there, they carry this on some wooden, and then they carry the whole bhoga inside the temple and offer the whole bhoga to Jagannath. So very interesting. And there are no machines used. Everything, you see all these pots, they are all handmade pots, and they use it only once and they make the pots again. And the water even, I spoke to the pujari who is pulling the water up from a well. It's a generational service that their grandfathers, their only service is entire day they just pull water from the well near the kitchen. They don't use machines to pull water up also, because they say if somebody else, some other machine comes and takes our service, what will we do for Jagannath? So their lives have been dedicated, the entire Jagannath Puri, so many people. It is mentioned there are generations of people, so many families, their only duty is to make pots for Jagannath. Some families, all they do is grow vegetables for Jagannath. All the vegetables that are cooked in Jagannath Puri temple, they are all grown in the land of Jagannath that they have allocated for Jagannath. And here is a picture of someone. So many people, they just come and keep making pots, and that's every generation, that's what they keep doing. So one generation, one set of family people, their duty is pull water, somebody is to cook prasadam, somebody, their entire families, their only duty is to carry prasadam and bring it to temple. Pujaris, there are some pandas who they are there. Their only duty is just offer bhoga throughout the day. And similarly, we will see when they make the Ratha Yatra cart, there are many, again, so many families all engaged in making the Ratha Yatra cart. Some families, their only duty is to make the ropes used for pulling Jagannath. Every year they keep remaking this fresh, and every year after Jagannath Ratha Yatra is done, they break this and give this as souvenir. So we bring many of those gifts like that. Another mysterious thing. So this chakra, Sudarshan chakra, so it stands on the top of the main temple, which is about 40 floors high. And every day somebody goes up manually without any protection. And they go up 40 floors. Can you imagine? Without any protection. They climb up to change the flag every day. And when they bring down the flag, you give them some dakshina, they'll give you a piece of that flag. And if for whatever reason they couldn't change the flag in a day, they close the temple for 18 years, it seems. It has happened many years ago, centuries ago, but nowadays they never have. Even when it was raining, one of the days when we went, it was raining, not heavily, but it was raining, and still they climbed up. We were watching Mission Impossible as it was climbing up. Another interesting thing is the flag on the top of the temple, it flows in the opposite direction of the wind. Very mysterious. And here is a picture of Jagannath Ratha. So these are all defined by dimensions. Jagannath Rath has some 24 wheels. Subhadra Rath has some 20 wheels. So each of them, they have a very specific design. They start carving the Rath Yatra cart on Akshay Tritiya. Many months they start this. They take about 42 days to construct this whole thing. And earlier I was mentioning, when I was pressing this button, the slides wouldn't move. I immediately remembered this, that in Jagannath Puri, this year I don't think it has happened. Last year it happened. It happens every few years. The Rath is being pulled with the ropes, and you will see millions of people pulling the ropes and people pushing from behind. And sometimes, for no reason, at least no obvious reason for people, the Rath stops. And how many ever people pull, the Jagannath Rath does not move. They pull. Once, many years ago, the Jagannath Rath stopped for 3 days. And the Puri king appointed elephants to pull. And still it wouldn't move.
Is it that happy?
No, whenever Jagannath wants, he stops the Rath. Whenever only he wants, it moves. So it so happened when Srila Prabhupada's spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, his father, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he was the temple president of Jagannath Puri for some time. And he lived right outside the Jagannath Puri temple. And he prayed for a ray of Vishnu to come and help him in his mission of spreading Krishna consciousness. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was born, and it was 3 months, and the Jagannath Rath procession was happening. And as the procession was happening, the Rath stopped right in front of Bhakti Vinod Thakur's house, and the Rath wouldn't move. And after the Rath couldn't move for 2.5 days or something, Bhagavati Devi, the wife of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, she brought a small Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, put him on the... back then, we could all go and give a hug to Jagannath. Even I think 2-3 years ago, they were allowing. So anyone from any denomination, any country, any spiritual faith, they could go and give a hug to Jagannath deity also.
Are we allowed to now?
Now, I think they stopped. I don't know why. I hope they will resume again. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was taken up on the Rath Yatra cart, and he was put down near the Jagannath's feet, and a garland fell on Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. By this time, it was already many days. People tried pulling, and they gave up. Most people, they only stay for the first day of Jagannath Puri Rath Yatra. So most people left, and there was nobody pulling. But as soon as Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati came and the garland fell, the Rath started moving mysteriously, even though nobody was pulling. So then the devotees understood, because the Pandas already know, the Pujaris know that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, is a very advanced Vaishnava. So then they could recognize that here is a personality who's going to do wonders for Krishna consciousness in future. And he did.
Does it happen even now that it stops moving?
Yes, it happens. It happens every now and then. At least I know it happened last year.
Well,
Prior to that,
last year, how did it start moving again?
I don't know. I mean, every year,
Somebody comes.
sometimes we know, sometimes it's between Krishna and his pure devotees. We won't even know why it stopped and how it moved. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu times, 500 years ago also it happened. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go behind. He lived in Jagannath Puri for 18 years. And any time it would stop like this, he would go behind the Rath Yatra, Ratha, and he would push with his head like this, and it would move. Anyway, so one more interesting story. Jagannath is the only deity in the world which doesn't have eyelids. Do you see any eyelids? Do you know the reason why? Because it is mentioned, every time we close our eyelids, we don't see for a fraction of a second. But devotees are so dependent on the loving glances of Jagannath. Jagannath feels, if I don't look at them and empower them, they will miss me. So, thinking like this, Jagannath doesn't even have eyelids, because he wants to give his mercy continuously. We usually think darshan means I go and I see the deity. But that's not darshan, it seems. Once Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was standing in front of the deities, and he had thick eyeglasses, but he wasn't wearing one on that particular occasion. So the disciples brought him his eyeglasses, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said no. And he later explained, darshan doesn't mean I look at the Lord. Very nice dress, green dress, very beautiful. Whoever did the decorations, they did well. But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, he said, darshan means we do service in such a way that the Lord wants to look at us and empower us through his darshan, through his vision. So the Lord is eager to see, so that's why there are no eyelids. So it is also mentioned, there is only 2-hour break. The temple is closed for us, for darshan, only for 2 hours at midnight, around 2 o'clock. So even if you go at 9, 10, 11, I think once we went, we were there till 12 o'clock, 11:50 something, was still open. They allow even till the closest, I think what we call Garbhagudi. So the closest, the Jagannath is right there, and they allow. Most often during busy times they don't allow this close. But even during those 2 hours, it is mentioned Jagannath gives darshan to demigods. So Jagannath never takes rest, always available for his devotees. Okay, here is another interesting pastime. Once devotees went and complained to Jagannath, "Oh Jagannath ji, we come here wanting to hear Krishna Katha and Kirtans, but the sound of the ocean waves is so loud that we are not able to hear anything what's happening inside the temple." So Jagannath ji said, "All right," and he called Hanuman. "Hanuman, please do something about this." Hanuman said, he went to the ocean god, and a long story. Ultimately, ocean god said, whatever sound that is carried by wind god must be absorbed by ears, and only then. So Hanuman had big ears, and he absorbed all the sound waves coming from the ocean. And even now, if you go to Jagannath Puri, you're outside the temple, you can hear, especially at night when there is no traffic, you can clearly hear the ocean waves sound. Like this. And you go inside and take 5 steps. It is absolute silence. So that's why I think he is on the southern or the west gate of Jagannath Puri temple. It has 4 gates. He is called Kanatapa Hanuman, which means one who engages his ears in hearing. So there are many Hanuman deities and pastimes in Jagannath Puri. Here is one more. Every year during a certain time, the ocean would flood the Jagannath Puri temple, and the water would come all the way inside the Jagannath Puri temple. The pujaris...
Even now?
No. Because it's being protected by someone. So the pujaris went and complained, "Oh Jagannath ji, we are not able to do our services properly if the ocean god keeps coming like this. So please do something about it." Jagannath ji said, "Ocean god is my father-in-law." How?
What?
Anybody knows? Okay.
Lakshmi's dad.
Oh, very nice. Can you elaborate? Do you know anything more?
Yeah, no, I have read it in Sri Sukta where it is Samudra Rajatanayam, so I know.
Very
that's
nice.
all.
Beautiful. We'll give her a round of in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it comes, during Samudra Manthan, many things come. Airavat, pot, nectar, all of that come later. One of the things that comes out is Lakshmi Devi during Samudra Manthan. And so they wanted to figure out whom should we give Lakshmi Devi to. And she said, "I will only marry Narayan." So that is how Jagannath ji said, "He is my father-in-law." I cannot do anything. What is this? You want me to live peacefully at home or no? So, but he called Hanuman. He said, "Please, you do something about this." So Hanumanji, he said, he went to Samudra Dev, and he said, "See, you cannot enter Jagannath Puri temple." So they established a temple on the shore of the ocean. If you go now, you will see this Bedi Hanuman temple right across the ocean. And then no more floods. But once again floods came inside Jagannath Puri temple. Pujaris again went and said, "Jagannath ji, what is this? We thought you solved the problem." But Jagannath said, "I appointed Hanuman to take care of this." And they went and searched, and Hanuman is nowhere to be found. Hanumanji came the next day peacefully. Jagannath called, "Arey, what happened? Where did you go?" Hanuman said, "See, you put me near ocean, and they are offering some bhoga, some prasadam, no spice at all. So I went to Ayodhya to eat some spicy food." So while Jagannath said, "While you are gone, the ocean god came and he flooded the entire Jagannath Puri temple." So Pujari said, "All right." And they took Jagannath, they took Hanumanji, and they put Bedi They put iron chains on Hanumanji and tied him to his altar in Jagannath Puri. So if you go now, you will still see those iron chains on Hanuman. And he's called Bedi Hanuman because he's chained. And now they offer him spicy food every day. So Hanumanji is happy doing his service and taking prasadam. And devotees are happy because there is no more floods in Jagannath Puri. Okay, this is the foundational story of Jagannath Puri, how Jagannath appeared in Jagannath Puri. It is mentioned once, King Indradyumna, many centuries, probably yugas ago, King Indradyumna wanted the darshan of the Supreme Lord. So he is a pure devotee, he was requesting the Lord for darshan. He heard that there is a place called Nilachal, and there is a temple on the top of a blue mountain, and the deity name was called Neelamadhav. He didn't know where that was, but this is what was revealed to him in his dream. So he shared this dream with his ministers cum priest named Vidyapati. What's his name? What is the name of the king?
Indradyumna.
Many of you are not confident. What is the name of the king?
Indradyumna.
What is the place where Neelachal. And what is the deity name?
Neelamada.
Only Venuji is hearing.
I am closer to you.
Close. Everyone please move closer. So peacefully, nicely sleeping against the wall. Very nice story. So he sent his minister cum priest Vidyapati to find where this place is. And he eventually came to this place called Neelachal, and he met a Shavara leader who asked, Vidyapati asked, I heard about this Neelamadhav deity, can you please take me? And immediately this leader of that tribe, he became very quiet and worried. He later revealed to his daughter that generationally there is a saying that when a king comes to see Neelamadhav, that Neelamadhav would disappear. But he was discussing with his daughter, but how could I say no to a devotee who came so far to get darshan of Neelamadhav? So he said, all right. And he called Vidyapati and he said, I'm going to tie eyes and I'll take you to Neelamadhav for darshan. Vidyapati said, all right, no problem. And Vidyapati took some flower seeds in his hand secretly. And as he was going, he dropped few flower seeds as he was going to Neelamadhav temple, hidden in somewhere in the Neelachal mountain. And it's a rainy season, so he was expecting intelligently that eventually this particular yellow color flowers will come and show me the way when I come back later. So he got darshan. It's a long story. And then eventually Vidyapati goes back to Indradyumna, and he tells, oh King Indradyumna, I found Neelamadhav. He is the most beautiful thing, most beautiful deity to take darshan of. We will go tomorrow. Indradyumna said, no, why tomorrow? We will go now. And they started immediately. And as they were going, they came halfway and they heard that Neelamadhav has disappeared because of a sand cyclone. He is no longer to be seen. And King Indradyumna, waiting for so many years for the darshan of the Lord, he crashed. But then Narad Muni came and he gives some guidance. He says, you do Ashwamedha Yajna. And he does many Ashwamedha Yajnas. And then one day he notices that there is a beautiful smell coming from the ocean. And everybody gathered around the ocean. And as they gathered around the ocean, they saw 3 wooden logs floating and came to the shore. And Narada Muni came right at that time, and so did Vishwakarma, who is the architect of Swargaloka and all the higher planetary systems, whatever good things. So Vishwakarma came as disguised as a Brahmana, and Narada Muni told him, this, usually when Krishna takes the form of a lion, he is called Narsimha. When he becomes a book, he is Srimad Bhagavatam. When he takes the form of wood, Daru Brahma, he is Jagannath. So Narada Muni gives instructions on what to carve and how to carve. And Vishwakarma said, I'll carve on one condition. I need 21 days in a room, and I should not be disturbed, and no one should see what I am doing. The king agreed. And he started carving, and every day they would send prasadam, but he wouldn't come out. And they waited for 16 days. And after waiting for 16 days, the wife of the king, Gundicha, she became worried. She said, I don't hear any sounds inside. He hasn't eaten. He hasn't drunk even a drop of water. Is he all right? And worried, they opened the doors. And when they opened the doors, they saw this form. And Indradyumna started crying again. He said, oh, what is this misfortune I have? These are incomplete forms of the deity. What a fool I was that I couldn't wait. And crying like this, he was thinking, what is the use of my life if I can't get darshan of the Lord? So many years I have waited. And as he was crying like this, then Narada Muni came. He came and he told, no, these are not incomplete forms. These are complete forms only. And I'll tell you why these are complete forms. And he narrates a story that happened 5,000 years ago, of course. Krishna, when he was young, until the age of 11 years, he was in Vrindavan. At the age of 11, Akrura comes to Vrindavan and he takes him to Mathura, and later on, because of the wars with Jarasandha, they later on moved to Dwaraka. So one day, after Krishna is naturally, of course, very big now, at night, Krishna had this weird habit. Even though Rukmini and all the 16,108 wives are serving him so much, at night Krishna would cry, Radhe, Gopi, Lalita, Vishakha, Yashodamai, Subala, like this. He was calling out to people that these queens had no idea who they are. And Krishna would cry tears of separation, remembering these beautiful devotees of Vrindavan. So, the queens of Dwaraka, they were so curious to know, what are these people? So once, Krishna and Balaram, they went out to do some work. So all the queens gathered around Rohini, who was there in Vrindavan when Krishna and Balaram were growing up. And later when Krishna and Balaram moved to Mathura and Dwaraka, she also came with them. So she is the only person who knew what is the connection between Vrindavan and Krishna. So they asked, can you please tell us, what is this? What are these devotees of Vrindavan? Why is Krishna so crazy about them? And Rohini Mata said, I will narrate, but there is a danger. If Krishna and Balaram hears me narrating about these pastimes that happened in Vrindavan, they may hear and they may run away to Vrindavan immediately from here. So please put some guard near the door so that they can give us a signal, and then we will immediately stop speaking Vrindavan Katha. They unanimously agreed Shubhadra should be the one guarding the door. So Shubhadra went near the door, put her hand like this, and she was, even though she was looking in this direction, all her ears were hearing behind her what is going on in the story. And Rohini Mata started narrating the story of how the love of Mother Yashoda is unparalleled. How the love of the devotees of Vrindavan is so deep, so high, that they would not even consider Krishna to be the Supreme Lord. They love him so much that they do not even remember that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. It's a very deep subject we will probably discuss one day. And as she was narrating this, Subhadra Mai was mesmerized, even though her eyes are open. It is mentioned, she couldn't see what is in front of her eyes, but she was visualizing what must be happening in Vrindavan. And she was seeing like this, but stunned in ecstasy, she couldn't see. Right at that time, Krishna and Balaram also came. They were saying, hey Subhadra. And then they say, they came and they also started hearing what is happening inside. And their eyes dilated, became big, hearing the pastimes of Vrindavan. Missing all the devotees of Vrindavan, their eyes became big like this. And it is mentioned, in ecstasy, their hands went inside their body. And their legs went inside their body. And Subhadra's hands went inside completely her body. Legs also went inside her body completely. And Rohini and all the wives of Krishna, they didn't know any of this. So they were narrating the story. And right at this time, Narada Muni was visiting Dwaraka. And he was saying, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Singing like this, Narada Muni came. And as Narada Muni came, he saw a very, very unique form of Krishna, Balaram and Subhadra. He was thinking, what is going on? And he also peeked inside. And then he saw that they were stunned in ecstasy, missing the devotees of Vrindavan. And then he started jumping up and down. I have seen. And then Krishna and Balaram came to external consciousness. And they said, what have you seen? Can I request everyone to move forward? Those of you sitting in the back, if you don't mind. We have this vast empty space. Okay. Not able to pull all the way, but I'm happy. So Narada Muni said, I have seen. And Krishna asked, what did you see? He said, whatever I have seen, please promise me that you will show the entire world. If God misses his devotees, how would he look? God in his most munificent, most merciful, most loving form, how would he look? Please show this to the entire world. And that Krishna gave him the boon that, all right, when the time is appropriate, you will be an instrument in manifesting this form to the entire world. And that is how, and that is the story that Narada Muni narrated to King Indradyumna. And he said, don't worry. So this was all the divine Leela only. So what the forms that you are seeing is when Krishna is missing his pure devotees. That is how he looks. His eyes are like that. His hands are stunned like this. So thinking like this, Indradyumna Maharaj, he became very happy. Okay, few more pastimes. Have you noticed in Jagannath, in our altar also you'll notice, if you have seen the pictures also you'll notice, that Sudarshan Chakra is actually not a chakra. It is a stick. Who has noticed this before? That Sudarshan is not a chakra but a stick in Jagannath Puri temple. Very nice. You'll like this story. Do you know why? If all of you say Haribol 3 times loudly, then we will review. Haribol! Haribol! Once, Hanuman came to the shores of Jagannath Puri, meditating on Lord Rama. Jagannath, wanting to see his pure devotee, he sent Sudarshan Chakra. Please go and tell Hanuman that I want to have a darshan of him. So Sudarshan goes and he tells, "Oh Hanumanji, you seem old, but Jagannath, Lord Sri Ram in the form of Jagannath wants to see you. Please come, I will take you." Hanumanji said, "I am so grateful that you came and delivered this message. I don't want to give you any burden, I will only come myself." Sudarshan said, No. The Lord is waiting for you. I can take you there much faster. Just climb on me and I'll take you. Hanuman said, No. You are a pure devotee of the Lord. How can I put my foot on you? I will come. I will also come fast only. Sudarshan said, so transcendental pride. He became little proud. Faster than me? As fast as me? Hanuman said, yes. I can, by Lord Ram's mercy, I can actually also go very fast. Sudarshan said, okay, all right. And Hanuman said, okay, so we will see you at the temple. And then they both started. When Hanuman came to the Simhadwar, or the eastern gate, there are four entrances to Jagannath Puri temple. So when he came, Sudarshan Chakra already came. And it was spinning. Hanuman thought maybe the entry is closed from this gate. So he went to another gate. Sudarshan expanded himself and he was blocking this gate also. Hanuman thought, okay, maybe this gate is also closed, under construction maybe. He went to another gate. Same thing. He went to the fourth gate and then he understood that, okay, Sudarshan ji wants to block my entry. So then he prayed to Lord Ram. So, Sri Ram, if you kindly allow me, let me come and take your darshan and do some service for you. And as he prayed, 8 hands, Shadbhuj means 6, and 2 of his own hands. So 6 plus 2, 8 hands came, and he held Sudarshan of each of the gates like this. He held in 4 of his hands, he held like this, and with 2 hands he was doing obeisances like this. So total 6 only, no? Shadbhuj means 6 hands only total. Correct. Calculation is wrong earlier. So he has 6 hands, of which 4 hands he was holding Sudarshan Chakra like this, and 2 hands he is offering obeisances. So if you go to Jagannath Puri, you will find this on the north gate of Jagannath Puri. The entrance only, right? If you enter from north gate, usually they don't allow entrance from that side. It is an exit from that side most days, especially during rush hours. So as you are leaving Jagannath Puri, on your left side, Jagannath Puri temple, on the left side, you will find this temple. It's called Chari Chakra Hanuman or Ashtabhuja Hanuman. So then Hanumanji goes inside and he offers obeisances to Jagannath ji, and Jagannath looks at Sudarshan and being held in the hands of Hanuman with 4 hands, and he asks, what is this story? What is the matter? Hanumanji tells, this is what happened, my lord. Sudarshan Chakra was blocking all the ways, so I had to do this, so my apologies. Jagannath said, Sudarshan, this is not nice of you, because you are proud of your speed, proud that you are the most destructive weapon. I give you a small punishment. It's actually, pure devotees and the Supreme Lord never curse, never give punishment. Whatever they do is for the benefit of the person who is receiving it. So we say a boon. So they gave him the boon that instead of a chakra, you should become a stick. But Sudarshan Chakra immediately realized his mistake and offered obeisances and said, my lord, please forgive me. I will never do this again. I will never become proud like this. So then Jagannath ji said, all right, I'll give you the boon that you will stand on the top of the temple as a chakra. As Sudarshan Chakra, you will be on the top. And anyone who has the darshan of the chakra has the full benefit of taking my darshan. So you will see, especially those devotees who know this particular pastime, many ISKCON devotees, they, as soon as they enter Jagannath Puri temple, as soon as they see this chakra, they immediately offer obeisances. And then we go inside the temple and then we see darshan of Jagannath and then we offer one more time like that. So Ashtabhuja Hanuman, also called Ashta Mahavir Hanuman. Next time you go to Jagannath Puri, hopefully you will see this. Now we are coming towards the end. So we talk about Mahaprasad. Once it is mentioned, you want some? Once Narada Muni wanted to get some prasad, Mahaprasad from the plate of Vishnu. So he did some service to Lakshmi ji and Lakshmi ji said, what do you want? Narada Muni said, can you please arrange some fresh Mahaprasadam from the plate of Vishnu? Anyway, so somehow she arranges some prasadam and Narada Muni takes and in great ecstasy, great happiness, eats the prasadam and he was dancing and singing and from Vaikunta dancing like this in ecstasy like a madman. He comes to Kailash and Lord Shiva, he seeing Narada Muni flying from somewhere landed in Kailash, says, oh Narada Muni, what are you doing here? Narada Muni opens his eyes and says, oh, how did I come here? What am I doing? I took Mahaprasad of the Supreme Lord and it was so good. And dancing in ecstasy, I somehow landed here. Lord Shiva said, wow, you and I are very good friends. We had so much Krishna Katha together. I am sure you saved some Mahaprasadam for me. Please give me some. Narada Muni said, oh, I am really sorry. In the happiness of receiving Mahaprasad, I took everything for myself. But wait a second, I think I have a morsel stuck between my fingernails. So let me give you. And he collected and he gave some morsel. And Lord Shiva tastes Mahaprasad and he is dancing in ecstasy now. And he is dancing and Parvati Devi comes. Parvati Devi says, this is not time for Pralaya yet. This is not the end of the world. Why are you dancing? Oh, Lord Shiva says, oh, what to say. Narada Muni got Mahaprasadam and he gave me some Mahaprasadam of Lord Vishnu. Oh, it is like nectar. And tasting the mercy of the Supreme Lord, we were dancing in ecstasy. Parvati Devi said, oh Lord, you have given half of your body to me. I am sure you must have saved some prasadam for me also. Please give. Lord Shiva thought, oh God, I am in danger now. He said, oh, I only got little bit morsel. Parvati Devi said, nothing doing. How can you eat the whole thing for yourself? She became angry. And she did fasting and she did some tapasya to get Mahaprasad from Lord Vishnu. Eventually Lord Vishnu appears and what do you want? Mother Parvati, she says, I want Mahaprasadam. I said, that's it, okay, no problem. She says, I want Mahaprasadam for my children also. Alright, no problem. Vishnu said, order 2 more plates please for Ganesh ji and Kartikeya. Parvati said, no. Not just these children. It is mentioned Parvati Devi is the mother of Bhavani. She is the mother of the entire Bhava, the material world, Durga. So all my children who are suffering in this world, I want Mahaprasadam for them also. So Vishnu said, oh God, alright, I signed up for a big project, no problem. So when I appear as Jagannath, you will appear as Bimala Devi. And all the bhoga that they offer me, you will notice this in Jagannath Puri. They take all the bhoga, first offer it to Jagannath, then it becomes prasadam. So that's why we say Naivedya or Bhoga, and then when it is offered to the Lord, it becomes prasadam, because the Lord has accepted it through His eyes. Of course, for us, with our material senses, with our eyes we can only see, through our ears we can only, with our tongue we can eat. But the Supreme Lord is not like that. He is not limited like that. With His eyes He can eat. So He eats with His eyes and makes it Mahaprasad, makes it Prasad. And then they take this Prasad, offer it to Bimala Devi. You will see in Jagannath Puri, if you enter, in the back side of Jagannath, the deities on his left, on Jagannath's left, behind him is Bimala Devi temple. So they take all the bhoga there, offer it to her, and then they distribute this prasadam in Jagannath Puri like this. So this is the story of Mahaprasad.
So every day they make with the new pots only, right?
Yes, we were discussing how they make fresh pots every day. There are so many pot makers, and we were discussing how everything that they cook in the kitchen, they bring and offer it to Jagannath, the whole thing. So yes.
And one more thing I want to ask. So I heard somewhere else, I don't know. So only Indians can go inside the temple, right? Not the foreigners.
I'm glad you asked this question. So, because that's what I'm going to speak in this. I was planning at least, so Krishna's plan. Significance of Rath Yatra. It is mentioned in India, at least here to some extent. When we are sick, we go to the doctor. But when we are very sick, usually we have these RMD doctors. They only come to our home. So similarly, it is mentioned when we are sick with this Bhava Roga, materially sick, because we have no taste for spiritual life. We are all sick in that sense. We go to temple, take darshan. But we are very, very sick. Then the Lord only comes out to give darshan. And that is one of the reasons why Rath Yatra is celebrated. One of the other reasons is only Hindus are allowed in many temples around India. Of course, there are many, many reasons. One of them is, of course, Muslim invaders breaking, entering secretly and cooping up. Despite heavy protection from Hindu kings, somehow they entered in a secret way and destroyed deities when nobody was there and things like that. So to protect that sanctity, and also some of these altars have very high standards. So those who earlier, I mean now they don't strictly follow, but those who have the habits of these breaking four regulative principles, they weren't even allowed. So they had high standard of deity worship, so they wouldn't allow other religion people who earlier all Hindus were vegetarian actually. So slowly I think non-vegetarian, onion, garlic, eggs, all of them became very common, unfortunately. So those are a couple of reasons. And then also, of course, it is mentioned that, as I was mentioning earlier, we don't see the Lord with our eyes. So we see the Lord with our ears. So sometimes to increase the mood of separation, the Lord doesn't give darshan to even pure devotees who weren't even from Hindu background. There are many such occasions. Even 500 years ago, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there is a pure devotee called Haridas Thakur. He is recognized in ISKCON as Namacharya. We want to follow, we want to learn how to chant, then we must look at Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur. He was born in a Muslim family, but he would chant 192 rounds or 3 lakh names of Krishna every day for 21 hours. He would just continuously chant and chant and chant. He has so much taste. So even though he was a pure devotee, he was not allowed. So it was later on in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the story comes and it is mentioned that Haridas Thakur says, why should I worry if I don't get darshan of Jagannath? because I'm able to take the darshan of Sudarshan Chakra from outside, which is non-different from Jagannath. And Jagannath comes every year for Rath Yatra. But more importantly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Lord himself, he would go, take darshan of Jagannath, bring some prasadam, because Haridas Thakur couldn't go inside. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would personally bring prasadam to Haridas Thakur and personally give him. So Haridas Thakur would say, why should I worry? I am getting prasadam and the darshan of Jagannath to my doorstep only. So he would think like this. So what is the significance of Rath Yatra? Of course, every time Jagannath comes out like this on the Ratha procession, usually everywhere around the world, in India also, they have separate Utsava Murti. They have main deities, Mula Murti and Utsava Murti. Most often they don't bring. If you see in Jagannath Puri during Rath Yatra time, the way they bring these big deities, they're so huge actually, and they tie ropes and they put something under, but they pull. Jagannath comes like this, and they do Simha dance also. He moves like this. They're very beautiful to watch. I was watching briefly today what happened. I think yesterday was Jagannath. Yesterday night it started. It was still going on in the morning. I had to cut off because I had to join for meetings at 8. So typical Bay Area life, unfortunately. So they come out to reclaim fallen souls. Those who are so sick that they couldn't go inside to take darshan, Jagannath comes like that. Of course, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, Jagannath now takes darshan and gives darshan all around the world. There are thousands of Rath Yatras that happen around the world. Prabhupada, when he came to the West, he said, Puri people, they complained. But what is this? Rath Yatra is unique to our Puri. Why are you doing Rath Yatras in America? First Rath Yatra outside Jagannath Puri happened in San Francisco, which we will have next month. Every year, I think this is probably 50 plus, I don't know the exact number. They have been celebrating every year around July time we will have. So I'll share more information on that. So they were complaining, why are you doing Rath Yatra in America, Canada, UK, so many places. Prabhupada said, he is not Purinath, he is Jagannath. Jagannath means the Nath of the entire universe. Similarly, Balaram means, Bala means strength, Ram means enjoyment. Someone who gives spiritual strength so that we can eternally relish the spiritual enjoyment that is accessible to the soul. So Balaram is the one who gives us the strength, spiritual strength, so we can relish our true position as the soul. And Subhadra, Su means auspicious, Bhadra means Bhadramte, protection. So very auspicious protection is given by Subhadra. So they come to reclaim the fallen souls. Did I answer your question about why Hindus are allowed? I don't know what you're going to ask, but okay, thank you. There are many other reasons. One of the other reasons is when after Kurukshetra war was over, Krishna and Balaram, they immediately couldn't go to Vrindavan because Jarasandha was bringing army after army, and there were so many demoniac kings that Krishna still had to clean out. So he didn't want to destroy the peaceful atmosphere of Vrindavan, so he stayed in Mathura, later shifted to Dwaraka. So on solar eclipse, they were visiting Kurukshetra because Kurukshetra was a very pious place. So when they visited Kurukshetra, even gopis of Vrindavan also came to Kurukshetra. And so they said, you're the same Krishna, we are the same gopis, but without Vrindavan Dham, without the beautiful atmosphere of Vrindavan Dham, we don't feel it's the same. So you're wearing like a king golden thing and golden so much, and like a royal king. No, we don't feel you're the same Krishna. So we want to take you back to Vrindavan. And so they started pulling this cart of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. And this is another reason why Jagannath Rath Yatra is celebrated. It signifies that we should bring Krishna, Balram and Subhadra into the sacred space of our heart. Currently, the place that we all live in, the space we all live in, the mind is all polluted. But we somehow or the other have to pull the cart of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra into the peaceful atmosphere like Vrindavan into our heart. So that is another significance of why we pull, when we are pulling the Rath Yatra cart. You can meditate and you can say, Krishna, please, I have collected so much dirt, lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion. I have collected them so proudly, thinking them to be valuable assets. In this world, you notice like this. People who are greedy, they think, yes, more. And people feel, he's amazing. How he is able to work so much. How he is able to earn so much. How he is able to accumulate so much. People think of it as a great quality. So, thinking these to be good qualities, I have accumulated so much dirt. So please kindly come, enter my heart and purify me of all these desires. I don't know, Shamakumari Devitasi, should we do more Kirtan now? Or can I? Okay, whenever you give me an indication, I will stop. I have many stories. Here is another story. I will be very quick. There is a king named Ramachandra Dev. It was a small kingdom. Earlier, as you know, British, even before Britishers, Mughals and Muslims were ruling India, parts of India at least. So there was a Muslim ruler, and then there was a small Hindu king named Ramachandra Dev. And Ramachandra Dev understood that the Muslim rulers were becoming envious of the opulence and the popularity of Jagannath, and it looked like they're going to come and destroy the deities or do something to Jagannath. So he waged a war against the Muslim ruler who had a much bigger army. This king got defeated. But the Muslim ruler's sister liked Ramachandra Dev. But Ramachandra Dev said, no, I don't want to marry. But the Muslim ruler forced him to marry. He said, if you don't marry my sister, I will destroy Jagannath deities. And fearing that this king might actually do like this, and to protect Jagannath, he reluctantly agreed. And he got married to the sister of this Muslim king. And because he married a Muslim king, Muslim lady, he was also considered a Yavana, and he could no longer enter Jagannath temple, and he could no longer get darshan. Even though he is king, still acting as king. Usually in Jagannath Puri you will see kings on Rath Yatra day, happens even today also, yesterday it happened. They sweep before Jagannath Rath pulling begins. So they cut him off that service also. Kings have special offerings that they could make to Jagannath. That was also cut. And he was morose and he was thinking, oh Jagannath, I did all this for you. And everybody misunderstands me. Out of lust, they think I married this lady. And they are not allowing me to take darshan of you. And every day he would come and cry outside the temple after the darshan is closed, and he would cry and cry and cry till morning, and he would go back. And after crying for a few days, eventually he thought, oh Jagannath, I am unable to bear separation from you. What is the use of my life if I don't get your darshan? I'm going to go drown myself. And as he was about to leave, he heard rushing steps coming towards him. And then he turned around, and then the gates of Jagannath Puri main temple opened, and he saw Jagannath. And immediately, feeling so happy, he offered obeisances. He said, "Oh Jagannath, you finally came to give me darshan." Jagannath said, "Oh, how can I not give you darshan?" Ramachandra Dev, every night he would come and he would take darshan of Jagannath and go. Next day morning, the Pandas, the pujaris of Jagannath Puri temple, they would come and open the gate and they would see flower petals lying from the entry to the inner sanctum of Jagannath. And they would wonder, somebody came, and they would check all the ornaments and everything is still intact. And this happened for many days. And the head pujari of Jagannath Puri temple, so then he prayed to the Lord, "What is this mystery? Please reveal it." And in the dream, Jagannath came and he said, "See, all of you misunderstood Ramachandra Dev, and he is a pure devotee of me, and he was longing to have my darshan. But you are not allowing him inside. So every night, as he was crying for me, I had to go and give darshan. So now, I don't want to break this age-old tradition, but you build this Patita Pavana Jagannath right at the entry on the Simhadwar. If you see, as soon as they open the gates, you will see this small deity of Jagannath called Patita Pavana Jagannath. Patita means, who knows what Patita means? Fallen. Pavana means purifier. Patita Pavan means someone who can purify even the most fallen people is called Patita Pavan Jagannath. So every time we enter from the Simhadwar, you will actually get to take darshan of this Patita Pavan Jagannath. So when you see this, you can remember the love of the pure devotee Ramachandra Dev for the Supreme Lord. Even though he was misunderstood, mistreated, he did not question, what is this? What is this? I did all this for you. This is what you do for me. So we can appreciate the love of a pure devotee, and at the same time we can appreciate the love of Jagannath for his pure devotee. Jagannath ki jai, Patita Pavan Jagannath ki jai. Here is another story. Yes.
So, does that mean even Muslims can come and...
Yes. Anyone can come. So this is right at the entrance. They cannot enter the inside, but we can. I wish I have a 3D view of the picture. So this is right outside the gate. So this picture is taken from outside the Jagannath Puri gate. So this gate is not like a simple gate. It's like a room. So this entrance is a room, and that is where Patita Pavan Jagannath lives. And
it's a Buddha or
it's a carved wood attached to the wall of.
Do they still come, like Ramdev's successors will be there, so their family members, they all come, still they come, or like, we don't know. I'm just curious.
I think he was reinstated as their king, and he was allowed entrance from then on.
Okay.
He was allowed to sweep, he was allowed to come inside the temple. So I'm sure his lineage continued to serve Jagannath in a more closer fashion. I'm sure they would all come and take darshan of Patita Pavan Jagannath also.
So, one naive question. I'm just wondering if a Muslim comes in a regular, normal dress, right? And how would they know it's a Muslim or not?
I mean, they are good at identifying. So if they find anyone like that, they take them, give to police officer. And so usually people don't try to break like that, because I don't know. If they are really good devotees, actually we are not really Hindus or Muslims. We are spirit souls. So no harm. But if someone had some bad intentions, they had material reasons to prove, I'm sure Jagannath will protect this age-old tradition by teaching them some lesson. So usually people don't dare. So if they catch anyone live there, they'll give them good. So sometimes I know many of the devotees, we go from here, by living in America, especially being born in America, they have this white skin, and so, hey, why are you going? And then as soon as you speak in Hindi, हाँ हम भी Indian हैं. And then say, all right, go. So once we were going with Mayapur Vihari Prabhu. So he's born and brought up with Gujarati, tall white man, slightly greyish brownish hair. They stopped him. We were going with him. Hey, why are you going? He said, no, Hamara saath hai. Okay, here is another pure devotee. His name is Dasya Bauri. So it is mentioned he got initiation from a spiritual master and he got a mantra, and as he was chanting, he wasn't feeling anything. He was chanting for many days, but he wasn't feeling anything in his heart. And then he cried to Jagannath, "Oh Jagannath, what is this? I am chanting, I have been chanting for so many days and weeks and months, but I have no transformation in my heart. Please, kindly give me something, some taste." And crying like this, he went home. And after he went home, his wife put him prasad to eat in a red clay plate. She put white rice, red clay plate, white rice, and she cooked some saag, the green leafy vegetables. She made some curry. When they are cooked, they become black in color. She put 2 scoops like this on the plate and she gave him. As soon as he got this plate, he saw this and he started dancing. His heart, his hands, body trembling, hair standing on end, crying uncontrollably. Why, Lord, what is this? She called doctors, all the neighbors. Something happened to my husband, please see. And then one of them is a good devotee. So he saw this food arrangement in the plate. He saw the red plate, white rice and black dots. So it reminded him of the face of Jagannath. And from then on, every time he would chant, his heart would melt in gratitude. Because if you think about it, Krishna has provided so much for us. See, sometimes we feel grateful to our parents. Actually, conditioned souls in the material world, they are the most ungrateful people. Think of our parents, for example. They have done so much for us. But still, we are not as grateful as we should be. Now, if we talk about ordinary parents, now how much more the Supreme Lord has done. He is providing us free air. Our mother doesn't, for example, come and check on our digestive system. He ate a little too much food. Let me give additional acid today. His body is feverish, some problem. Let me go and cure that disease. No, our parents cannot do at that level. If you see, our body is being maintained by the Supreme Lord. So, and it's being maintained for generation after generation, lifetime after lifetime. Whether we are in an animal body, insect body, Supreme Lord comes lifetime after lifetime. And He has been maintaining us. Even though we have been rejecting Him. Get out from my life. I don't want to see you. That's what, of course, we don't directly say like that. Actually, it is mentioned. Hatred is not opposite of love. Hatred is not opposite of love. Ignoring is far worse than hatred itself. We are completely, there is no Krishna in our life only. So, materialistic life at least. So, anyway, so Dasya Bauri, thinking like this, feeling grateful, he was crying every day. And once, one of his friends was going to Jagannath Puri. So, it was a very far place. He's a very poor person. With all the money he had, he bought some coconuts, gave it to his friend, and he said, "You take it, and you offer it to Jagannath." But his friend said, I have no time. I'm going there for some business. I will not have much time. Dasya Bauri said, "No problem. You offer from outside. I got a boon from Jagannath that whatever I offer, Jagannath would personally come and take. So you go, stand outside the Garuda Stamba, and you say, your devotee Dasya Bauri has sent coconut." So Dasya Bauri didn't have enough money, so he sent his friend. So his friend did all his duties, and then while leaving, he remembered, hey, and he rushed and he offered, your friend Dasi Bauri sent some coconuts for you. And as soon as he said like this, two transcendental hands came and took the coconuts. This friend was shocked. He went back, told Dasi Bauri that, yeah, whatever you said is right. I said, yeah, see. Dasi Bauri, during mango season, summer, we went to India, we tasted a lot of mangoes. So he took a lot of mangoes and he went to Jagannath Puri this time. And as he was entering, the Pandas, if you go to Jagannath Puri, this is a practical lesson. Pandas are very advanced devotees. We cannot understand their mood. We should not make any offenses. But they are very, very pushy. If they entered Silicon Valley, they could take over Apple and Google and things like that. Their persistence is next level. They're very pushy. So they stopped. Dasi Bauri said, no, we will offer. And they are fighting among them. I caught him first. So they were fighting, and Dasi Bauri thought, they are not allowing me to go inside. So they said, all right, I will offer from here only. Oh Jagannath, please take these mangoes. Pandas are saying, what? Jagannath will come and take? And right in front of their eyes, the mangoes were disappearing. He is offering mango like this, disappear. He would take another mango, disappear. He is offering, and the pandas are thinking, what is this? He is doing some jadugari. You are not. And they caught hold of him. They said, what is this? You are playing with our Jagannath? And they went inside. And they saw all the peels of mango, all the tenka, the seed of mango lying on the floor. And they looked up. Jagannath's mouth was filled with the mango juice. Jagannath is very happy. And then they immediately understood that this Dasi Bauri is not an ordinary soul. They immediately left him and offered obeisances to him. So, I will skip some of the stories. So these are some of the pictures from Jagannath Puri, some old pictures. Millions of people come every year. They come in the morning, next day they disappear. You go next day, the entire street is mostly empty. Previous day, millions and millions of people. Whether it's raining, flooding, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy somehow, we all know the tattva, the philosophy behind Jagannath, and we are able to do Jagannath Rath Yatra all around the world. So here is a short video. If it plays.
No. Yeah.
पूरे विश्व में मनाया गया भगवान जगन्नाथ स्वामी की रथ यात्रा का त्योहार। और जो लोग भारत में रहते हुए भी ये कहते हैं कि भगवान नहीं है, उनका भगवान पर विश्वास नहीं है, तो हमारी युवा पीढ़ी के लिए ये एक संदेश पूरे विश्व से आता है कि देखिए किस तरह पूरे विश्व में जापान, फ्रांस, चीन, इवन पाकिस्तान में भी जगन्नाथ यात्रा निकाली गई है। जय जगन्नाथ।
जय जगन्नाथ। So,
is there a significance of the shape of the Ratha? Because I see like similar everywhere. Is there a significance for the
yes. If you see the main temple of Jagannath Puri, it is in the shape. Actually, if you go to Orissa, all the temples there, they have this unique shape. Almost all the temples you go, Bhubaneswar, anywhere around Orissa, you will find this. What is this? Okay, we'll take few reflections, comments, questions for another 5 minutes. No? Okay, we will start Kirtan. Should we do Kirtan now? Or questions?
Anything is fine, I'll start offering.
She said she's gonna offer,
I
and
understood.
we can do anything. You can do Q&A or
Looking for a more
Because we
definitive
opened
answer. Because I don't
We'll
want
do
to get in
Kirtan.
trouble. Okay.
I have one question.
Yes,
So in Jagannath Puri,
we'll get you a mic.
Right,
Okay, simple
the
question.
pandas Pandas will be having some stick kind of thing in the hand and they'll be.
Ah.
What is that?
It's not a stick actually. You know the coconut tree? No, not coconut.
Palm tree?
No. Banana tree.
Ah.
I don't know what it's called. Tree? It's called tree or what?
Plant.
So the plant. Plant. Oh, that's right. It's a very specific reason. So they're not taking a stick. From the banana plant, they take that outer layer. It's actually, if you do,
Oh, yeah.
sound is more.
Yeah.
There is no pain. So if you go to Jagannath Puri, take darshan. If you are very, very fortunate. So it happened to us 3 years ago. Every time it's like Tirupati only, slightly better. So they keep moving. They hit you on the head. If it's time for you, like this,
No,
and then you're.
it is present in Northern India temple also. In
Oh, is
Northern
it?
India, I went to Budgaya. There also they do the same thing.
So
Varanasi also same thing that
to keep you moving. So it doesn't hurt, but it gives sufficient sound. And when you're in the back, you're hearing the sound, you're thinking, oh God, I better take a quick darshan and go. So, anyway, shout.
Prabhu, one announcement. I don't know why God is asking me to do something like this. This Sunday at Liverpool Temple, morning 9:30 to 2:30, there is a Ratha yatra for Jagannath.
Jai Ho, Livermore Temple from morning 9:30 to 2:30.
Yeah.
Jagannath Rath Yatra is there, it seems. Venuji was also mentioning
Tomorrow there is a near KB Mandir. They have a
near KB Mandir,
Yeah.
Krishna Balram Mandir, there is Rath Yatra happening
So
in
they, in
Milpitas.
fact, last week only they installed the Jagannath Puri, this one.
Oh, Jai Ho, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai.
And then this Sunday they are building the Ratha now, and they are going to have Ratha yatra.
Very nice.
Big Ratha. They are
We-
building it for 2 weeks. The Ratha.
Two,
For
very
last
nice.
2 weeks they are building.
Wow.
So only
They are
by
building,
Sunday.
Amazing. Yeah, we can all go and
Sunday.
pull as many rathas as possible.
Yeah.
And every time we pull, we can be absorbed. Of course, many people are taking selfies and doing that, this. Yeah, you're welcome to. It's good memories to collect. But
KB Mandir.
more importantly, we can have wholehearted, prayerful mood. And when we pray out, the experience is going to be amazing. So, any more reflections, comments, questions? We'll take 2 more. Going once? Going twice? So we can do Jagannath Ashtakam. It's a bhajan. So 8 stanzas.
I have one question.
Yes, I didn't say going thrice. I know Mataji is going.
No, it's more of a clarification. So they say like in Jagannath idol in Puri, it has Krishna's original heart. Right? So and every 12 years, the priests only in their family, whoever are serving the Lord, only they are supposed to carry the heart of Krishna and put it in another idol. Is that true?
Something like that. So, first, usually idols means some form in which prana pratishtha wasn't done. So, for example, for display purposes, we may have many idols. But when we do prana pratishtha, it is called deity. In English, we call deity, or Telugu, we call vigraha. So, that's one. The second thing is, I have heard this explanation. I understand it at 2 levels. One is, it's true that every few years, called Nava Kalevar, I think every 13 years, sometimes 17 years, they change the Jagannath, they carve new Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deities, and there is a ritual, a ceremony that they do, of which they put the new Jagannath deity, old Jagannath deity, and a person from one family lineage. They stand in the middle and they request the Lord to, the essence, the spiritual essence to be moved from one to the other. So the ritual that they do, it's not a physical heart that they move, but it is mentioned that some people say that they have seen some light move from one deity to the other deity, and whoever does this transfer lose their life very soon. So whoever is already old, prepared to leave the world, they conduct this ceremony behind closed doors.
And closed eyes also.
Closed eyes also. So it's a mystery. But from a philosophical point of view, see, for us, our hand, our head, our heart, they're all different bodily parts. But for Krishna, in the spiritual world, in our spiritual form also, our soul has a spiritual form. Our soul also has hands, legs, head, eyes, everything. So similarly, Krishna's spiritual form, his hands, legs, head, they are all the same. Everything is one. We cannot separate, okay, let me take Krishna's heart. So from a philosophical point of view, Krishna is whole. So there is a gray area. I have seen both. Sometimes devotees also comment as if Krishna's heart. So I don't fully know. As far as my understanding, we take it as the essence of the Supreme Lord moving from one form to the other. And then they take the old deity near on a side by garden. They dig a big hole and put the murti under and cover. And next year when they dig, such a big wooden form completely disappears. Within 1 year, it's completely gone. So these are all some mysteries that happen. Is it okay?
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Anything else? Alright, going thrice. So we will do. You please tell me which one of these is more. Is it visible? Is it okay? Anish, can I request you to control this?
Okay.
Timing is everything. As we are singing the last line, we will sing it twice. So you can move to the next slide. I think I should also. Is there a cushion somewhere? Sanskrit may be slightly difficult, so you have to pay all your attention. Do we want to read the translation first?
I think so.
Whoever has. Sharad, can you please start reading? One verse at a time and then please pass around. So, it's. Yes, all the kids can come.
Sometimes in great happiness, Lord Jagannatha makes a loud concert with his flute in the groves on the banks of the Yamuna. He's like a bumblebee tasting the beautiful lotus-like faces of the cowherd damsels of Raja, and great personalities such as Lakshmi, Shiva, Brahma, Indra, and Ganesha worship his lotus feet. May that Jagannatha Swami be the object of my vision.
So this line you will see repeats Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatumi. Whichever direction I see, let Jagannath manifest in my path. That's what it means. May Jagannath Swami be the object of my vision. Next one.
In his left hand, Lord Jagannatha holds a flute. On his head, he wears peacock feathers, and on his hips, he wears fine yellow silken cloth. From the corners of his eyes, he bestows sidelong glances upon his loving devotees, and he always reveals himself through his pastimes in his divine abode of Vrindavana. May that Jagannatha Swami be the object of my vision.
Someone else can read. Prakash.
On the shore of the great ocean, within a large palace atop the brilliant gold Nilakala hill, Lord Jagannatha resides with his powerful brother Balabhadra and his sister Subhadra, who sits between them. May that Jagannath Swami, who bestows the opportunity for devotional service upon all godly souls, be the object of my vision. Lord Jagannatha is an ocean of mercy and as beautiful as a row of blackish rain clouds. He is the storehouse of bliss for Lakshmi and Saraswati, and his face resembles a spotless, full-blown lotus. The best of demigods and sages worship him, and the Upanishads sing his glories. May that Jagannath Swami be the object of my vision.
When Lord Jagannath moved along the road on his Rath Yatra car, at every step large assemblies of Brahmanas loudly chant prayers and sing songs for his pleasure. Hearing the hymns, Lord Jagannath becomes very favorably disposed towards them. He is the ocean of mercy and the true friend of all the worlds. May that Jagannath Swami, along with his consort Lakshmi, who was born from the ocean of nectar, be the object of my vision. Lord Jagannatha, whose eyes resemble full-blown lotus petals, is the ornament on Lord Brahma's head. He resides on Nilakala hill with his lotus feet placed on the heads of Anantadeva. Overwhelmed by the mellows of love, he joyfully embraces Srimati Radharani's body, which is like a cool pond. May that Jagannath Swami be the object of my vision.
I do not pray for a kingdom, nor do I pray for gold, rubies, or wealth. I do not ask for a beautiful wife as desired by all men. I simply pray that Jagannath Swami, whose glories Lord Shiva always sings, may be the constant object of my vision. O Lord of the demigods, please quickly remove this useless material existence I am undergoing. A Lord of the Yadus, please destroy this vast, shoreless ocean of sins. Alas, this is certain. Lord Jagannatha bestows his lotus feet upon those who feel themselves fallen and have no shelter in this world but him. May that Jagannath Swami be the object of my vision. The self-restrained, virtuous soul who recites these 8 verses glorifying Lord Jagannatha becomes cleansed of all sins and duly proceeds to Lord Vishnu's abode.
Haribo.
On tab. You know how to click on this light.
Should we switch on AC? It's not in here. Krishna's AC is better. So we will sing the last line faster twice. Everything else we will sing together. The whole bhajan we will sing together. It will be difficult, but that's okay. Don't worry. Mistakes will be forgiven. So we will, please try to follow me along with me. Kadachit kalindita vipina sangita kadavo Mudavili nari varna kamala ashvada madhupa Rama Shambhu Brahma Marapati Ganeshachita Pado Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tune Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tune Tujhe Venu Sirashi Pucham Katikate Sukula Netrante Sahachara Kataksham Vidadate Sada Srimad Vrindavana Vasati Leela Parichayo Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatum. Everyone. Mahabodhistire Kanakarutire Nilashikare Vasan Prasadanta Sahajabala Bhadrena Bhalina Subhadra Madhyastha Sakala Sura Seva Vatarado Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tune Jagannath Swami Kripa Parabara Sajala Jalada Shri Nidutiro Rama Vali Rama Surada Mala Panke Ruhamuka Surendra Radhya Shruti Ganashi Kavita Charito Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tune Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tune Radharudo Gachan Pati Milita Bhudeva Patalai Shruti Pradhurbhavam Pratipadamupaganyatadaya Daya Sindur Bandhu Sakala Jatatam Sindu Sutaya Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tune Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Bhava Tune Para Brahma Pida Kudala Yadalot Pullanayano Vivasini Ladroni Charano Nanta Chirati Rasanandorada Sarasa Vapura Lingana Suko Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Avatu Me Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Avatu Me Navayyache Rajam Nacha Kanakamanikya Vibhavam Nayateham Ramyam Sakala Jana Kamyam Varavadhum Sada Kale Kale Pramata Patina Gita Charito Jagannath Swami Nayana Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Avatu Me Haratvam Sansaram Dusataram Surakate Haratvam Papanam Visatim Aparam Yadavakate Aho Dine Nate Nita Charano Nishchita Vidam Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Avatu Me Jagannath Swami Jagannathastakam Punyam Yah Pate Prayata Suchi Sarva Papa Vishuddhatma Vishnu Lokam Sagachati Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani Ki Jai. Should go now?
Yeah, I think so.
You're ready? We can go. Okay, so we will all go out through garage. We already have a small Ratha because our devotion is small, so we could only make small Ratha. So we will all go out. We will probably go in that direction first, go all the way to the corner, and then come back. And if the traffic is less, we can cross the road. So depending on the safety, we can take a call there. We'll go all the way onto that street and come back. So we'll probably whole thing maybe 15-20 minutes. While we are, of course, please pull the Rath whenever you are able to. More importantly, if you are able to sing, it purifies the atmosphere. So it purifies ourselves and atmosphere as well. So we will do kirtan as we go outside. Okay, so I think when we come back, we will probably directly take prasadam. So should we make any quick announcements or we'll skip today? Question, okay.
You think like the Jagannath Ratham will stop in the middle?
I don't
Just
know.
like the big one?
Hopefully not. Otherwise, we will not have any prasadam today. Let us hope. I mean, Jagannath is so merciful that he knows our devotion is not so big. These people will leave me in the middle of the road and go take prasadam. So he may not manifest all those miracles in front of our eyes.
I don't think it's good.
You, looking at your devotion, he may actually manifest some miracles. Watch out for them. Okay, cooking. I'll just read cook's name. Huh? Oh, only Chapanbo. Chapanbo ki jai. No announcements then? So who came here, let's say 6:45? Before 6:45. If you are here when I sang Jai Radha Mother, you are in. So we will give a round of applause to all the early comers, on time comers. And I know many of you are joining the morning chanting call. I don't know if you have the report yet, but whoever joined at least 3 times in this week, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 3 times joining chanting call. We will do it one more time. Whoever joined at least 3 times in this week, please raise your hand. Raise all the way up, at least we can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Haribo! Who joined the chanting call for the first time last week? I know Sugandhi did. Haribo! Srinivas Tataji, maybe he joined before, but we hope to see all of you more often. We want to thank Venuji and Sakshi Mataji for follow-up and communication. Haribo! For spiritual retreat, we are all going for July 4th. Next weekend, most of us will be out. If you are chatting and would like to join the spiritual retreat, please see Ranjitji. So he will expand the space unlimitedly to accommodate more people. We will have Gita Champion soon. Once we come back, we'll figure out the dates, and that's it. So we should go now. I need someone can. Can you sing?
So, switch off.
Thank you, Mataji.